So we are 7 players in total. We will start. So how does this work now? The players here will do 4 Royale matches. Every Royale match consists of 5 maps. On every track, the last players will get knocked out. I guess it starts with a 2 KO in the first map and then always just 1 KO, but we will see that. Each map is played from like white to black, and when you finish black, you just try to finish it again and again. Try to finish it as often as possible. So black is the most difficult section, but also the most important one to train well, because this is the part that you have to play and finish more often, like consistently. When you're good in black, you can actually mistake in red, you can catch it up in black theoretically, if other players struggle with black. Yeah, but sometimes black is also the longest map and you can't finish that often. We will see. That's different from map to map. So players are ready. Most of them at least. I guess any moment we will go live. So the biggest favorites are also for the chat, like Val with the Delphine, Dam with the Koala, and then Yupikai or Ines maybe battling for third. Otherwise we have to look out how the other players are then doing. So the match has started. I think we are live. Yeah, I was thinking like is there some kind of warm-up still, but no, we are live. Alright, so while them, then Yupikai, Ines, like those 4 exactly now in the lead on the map. That is relatively easier on the first few sections, where people will still stay close together. We still see that Mabier is on that last spot that would survive the map at the moment. He's followed by Spino with a rapid skin, and also Teufy made it into that last, or into this blue section, and we have a mistake here that helps all the other guys that finish now. Actually, Ines didn't finish. Ui. So Ines would be the surprise if he goes out in the first round. That could hurt his chances a lot. He is currently in last. Did Spino finish? Okay, he is in 6th. We have in last place Teufy, who struggles with this section. But Ines has to overtake 1 more player. The rapid is not far away, so that's definitely possible. But most of the parts here are full speed, so you can't really gain time. And there's another mistake by Ines. He has still a minute to overtake, but he has to finish this. Spino is at the finish time. He makes it. Oh, that looks not that great for Ines right now. He definitely has to finish red now, and then he needs to finish black before Spino makes black. That would be the first upset, with only a 6th place for Ines. So he's also now making it. We have also Yupikai not having a black finish so far, but he is currently doing so. Yes, he does it. So he's safe. Otherwise, he would have been in danger, and Spino fails it, and that is the opportunity for Ines to actually come through. He needs to make the finish jump though. He's pretty slow here in that section. Goes inside, but it looks good. I think he makes it, and he makes it, yes. He is now on 5, and that is over for Spino, because even if he finishes now, he will also get 5, but later, and he will not be able to get 6. The map is too long. You see the timer on the bottom runs out. There's only a bit of bonus time left, and then we have our first knockout. Kinda 2 players in the end that you could have expected, but it was way closer for Ines than he liked, for sure. We see Val winning the map ahead of Dam, and then Mabier taking the 3rd spot, because also Yupikai had mistakes. So Mabier is the closest one to maybe beat them. But depends a lot now on these maps, like for the top 3 in France. Ooh, wow, that's a tough one. Also for the top 3 in France, the battle starts basically now. You don't want to get 5th, because mostly on most tracks in the other Royale matches, these players probably will get into the top 5. And the difference is then now what kind of positions within the top 5 do they get in order to be in the top 3 players in the end. And this ice map here is then extremely important, and Mabier has some issues here. Has to take the safe way into the finish now, I guess. Oh no, that was the worst that could have happened. He went for the risky one and actually had enough speed to make it. And then he bounces to the side somehow. And he slides out again. Aye. So what will he do now? So for him an ice map was probably not what he needed. Tries to finish now in the safe finish, which is the correct decision. But he is missing now a whole track here. The other players already finished blue and are now in red, which is difficult because they have to do the 360. We see 2 mistakes. Dam and Yupikai survive it. Also have enough speed for this jump. But Val and Ines didn't survive this 360. So they have to do it again. And I think they will both make it now. And with that, Mabier has to quickly also get it, otherwise he's too far behind, but he doesn't. And the others can already approach the black section here, with Val and Ines being a bit behind the other two. 13 seconds actually, as you can see in the top left. I think I can also just click here, yeah. Okay, nice. Oh, Ines, does he have enough speed? Does Val have enough speed? Then I click now on... Yeah, I think Val DNF'd in that moment when I clicked on him. He did not finish it. We have only one single finisher, which means that if Mabier would make this 360, he would have a shot at finishing black. Dam seems to be very strong on this map, finishing it already twice, while all the other players actually struggle. We have Val now, and in that moment Val and Ines actually made it into the finish. Yupikai, however, still a bit in danger. Is this enough speed? Yeah, now he got enough speed right when Mabier joined the black section. But the time was anyway too short now for Mabier to get it into the finish. But yeah, the other players made it. Panda team, even now with them, 7 finishes, and Val also made another one. So some struggle for Val, but in the end, very good on black. Mabier out. Kinda a bit a favorite to go out, but on the last map he would have beaten the other 2 players. So he definitely has a shot in the other Royale matches to get into a top 4, top 3. For the other players, important that they knocked him out in this first Royale match in 5th, so that they win some points from him. But now we come to a very dank map, which is Escalator Box, and I think here everything can happen. So in the white section, Lars also said, like, this is like the most difficult section. And we have a mistake. No, we don't. It was on a 0 for some time. Ines also finished. He is 1.1 seconds behind first, but he is fully in the battle with Yupikai. So exactly those 2 that we kinda guessed are now fighting. But one mistake from Dam on Val and they are immediately behind. And here easily mistakes can happen on this map. So Ines jumping far and Yupikai made the jump. It was close for him. Ines going into that 3rd place, but nothing decided. Super close race so far. Wait, those 2 finished, and both Val and Dam actually missed it. Yeah, so we have still our 2 1v1 battles, but now this is the battle for who goes out. And that would be like dangerous for Val and Dam. So they're currently in the red section. The other players haven't finished red yet, and I saw there is one player that definitely made a mistake. Crocodile team, however, finished already. So Val made it, Dam made it. In the mud currently Ines, but he is not too far away, he also makes it now. One mistake by the other players, and it would be Ines to finish. So first of all we have Yupikai, and he does finish black. The black section is not so difficult to finish. But you can't afford a mistake here, of course. Ines isn't too far away, he can maybe also gain by pace. He is 3.6 seconds behind, we still have 48 seconds on the clock. Still the Crocodile team leading. This was of course a mistake he shouldn't have done, but he is ahead now. I think there was a respawn, and it is Dumb. I think that Dumb is currently in the net last position. Do we see where... No, I think he's in again. Ines had another respawn. That was dangerous for Dumb, he could have been knocked out here. But it will kill Ines now for sure. Crocodile and Delphine on 7 finishes. And Ines has now basically these 5 seconds plus the bonus time to finish here another time. But the bonus time is too short as you play alone. And also Dumb made it also to 7 finishes here. Ines out. Yupikai has won this map. He would have liked that map then maybe now, because now if he qualified for the top 3 and gets the map now, he can definitely knock out Wall or them. Now he has to do it on a different track. Let's see if he's able to do it. I'm gonna spectate him. We go live with a white part of the map, Dark Horizons. So just jump high into that finish. Everyone makes that, that's not too difficult. This map has a lot of quarter pipe jumps. Here we see one on the green section. And finish up there. It's obviously very close together so far, but the black section, this is difficult. This is not just finishing. These sections here in the start, they do not really matter on this map. Only black is then important. Dumb with a very low jump makes it though. One of these icy tire dirt bug slides. There's not really a nice name to that because it's not really a bug slide, but it looks similar. But you have to do different stuff. And so far Yupikai in the last spot. People now jumping towards red and he is 1 second behind. But now, if I remember correct, I only played them once so far, the maps. There was a difficult ending to this track. And here I can definitely see people dying. Because, first of all, you have to make that jump here, where you need a lot of speed, and then you have such a pipe section. And Yupikai goes for the safe finish, he didn't finish on the top, and that makes him lose more time. But that's fine. If someone of the other two has a respawn, he falls behind him immediately. So going safe finish is alright, but of course another option would be to risk it in order to catch up to them. So it's actually just a reactor, but that makes you finish very fast. And yeah, he finished as well, but he's now 4.6 behind. The other two are very close together, Dumb and Ball. So Dumb makes it, Ball as well. And they have nice control here while getting it. And let's see, at Yupikai also does it, but the time runs out for him. I am not sure if he has even the chance to finish one more time. And he knows he doesn't have the time. He basically lost time in every single black section. Every time he drove, he was then further behind. It was a very clean race from Ball and them on this track. No mistakes. And the better pace on basically every sub-track as well. And with that, they make it into the top 2 and have now the final against each other. So far, they both look very decent for the goal to reach the top 3 in the end. But of course, getting first now makes it then even more safer. And probably they are happy if they get now a more difficult map where they might struggle against the other players in the other Royale matches. Because here it's just about 1 point that they win or lose. On other tracks, if they get knocked out early, they would lose more points. We have Wall with a better start. Them 1.5 seconds behind going into the blue section. The map becomes very dank. pretty soon, we see now already this kind of a barrel roll that you do. Going into the finish. 1.6 seconds. Now we go into red. And red does have a cut. But it seems that both players are not going for that cut. So let's have a look at them. We do not see Wall, but I think he was there. Yeah, he finished, and Dam also finishes. So both players now in black. 3.7 seconds is the gap. And this is working. Okay, for a moment I thought it's a mistake, but he gets a reactor there. So saves it around this part here. Now another one of these barrel rolls, and he has a lot of speed to make the jump, but loses another 6/10 towards Wall. Let's have a look at Wall, how he is doing this section, because Dam only has a chance if Wall makes a mistake. The lead is too big at the moment, and Wall is really having a great pace and a great control there, and I wasn't even able to jinx him, that's how clean it is, but he still has a lot of work to do. 4.2 seconds now, and we still have 45 seconds to go, so if he wants to win against them, he still needs to finish more often here. Like 2 times more for sure. But he's doing the 7th goal. Let's have a look if Dam also finishes. It looks good for him. But we come now into maybe the deciding round. Oh, that was close. That is dangerous. So will he have the speed? He does have the speed. But that was now a little bit tighter. He was close of hitting that wall and losing it there. But he kept it clean and had a very good run overall. Finishing 8 times in 2 minutes 21.8. I guess it's pretty fast. So well done by Wall, winning the first of the 4 Real matches. So now there's a website, and on that website it will update. It did already update. You can send the link, right? I think I can send the link, or you probably know the link as well. So you see now, Wall gets 7 points, Dam 6 points, Yupikai 5, then Ines 4, Mabia 3, Spino 2, and Teufel 1. So every player goes into a team again. I think it's possible to change the teams now, theoretically. But why would you do that? And when every player's ready, then we can continue with the next Royale match. We played now 5 of the 10 Royale maps. Now we will see the other 5 maps. It is, however, random which 5 maps come in which order, in which match. So maps like Overkill will come up now. As one example. And we start with the match. Alright, so if Teufel and Spino wanna have a chance in qualifying into the top 3, then they would need to do well now on this map and survive. Otherwise they would be already kind of far behind. Some players opting for the risky finish, and there is one player crashing it. And that is very crucial, because it is Mabier, and Mabier, okay, goes not very safe. Mabier would be, of course, good for Ines and Yupikai if he loses some points here, but I see actually Ines right ahead of him in the green part, so how does he do this now? We saw Spino going for it, and Spino making the mistake. So Spino went for the risky, but died. And he is now in the mud at the moment. Mabier is on blue, currently also out, because the first one we have 2 knockouts. So what direction does he take? He goes for the risky finish, and he gets the risky finish, but he remains in last. However, we see 3 players right in front of him, and interestingly, there is Teufy as well, one of them, making it quickly into this map. So good job by Teufy. On the first Royale match, he was out immediately and very far behind. But here he keeps up with the other players. And Mapierre, very important early red finish for him, putting him up to 4th position. Teufy, however, now struggling on that red section, but Ines as well. So we have Ines another time in danger. Didn't we already see that? I think it was Ines also in the very first. He loses a lot of speed there in the uphill, barely makes this. Now it's really time to get through here into the finish. He does so, and he moves up to 5th, but actually Spino finished right after him. And now they are in the black section. And the question is, like, Ines already with a respawn, Spino as well. Yeah, Teufy, good start, but really struggling with red. Not really getting through here. And yeah, for Spino, Ines and also Mapierre, the question is who can finish black. Spino has to finish it, otherwise he is out. And he doesn't. And this will save Ines, and it will save also Mapierre. For both of them it was really close on this track. They easily could have been knocked out. We speak here of just, like, it was 3 seconds, I believe. That was a part between Spino getting red and Ines finishing red. So Ines quite lucky. Super important for him though. We see Yupikai on this map, for example, able to get into 2nd place. So, also from what I've seen until here, Yupikai seems to be like stronger than Ines. There are maps where he can basically overtake or get in between Val and them, while Ines is already struggling in the first round in both of the Royale matches. But it seems to be extremely map dependent, and on this tech map I see Ines with good chances. That might be then not so great for Mapierre. We will see. Oh, whoa, whoa. Already some mistake. So we see now late finishes coming in from Ines and Mapierre. Both going for the risky here. Works out for every player. This of course a pace map. Getting the risky finishes is then quite important. Ines having extremely low speed, but Mapierre gets the airtime there. That will kill his momentum. Oh, that's not looking good for Ines. He will get overtaken because he crashed the last corner. Had not the speed for the risky finish, and that is what I meant. On such pace maps you get an overtaken if you don't take the risky. So Ines actually on a tech map in danger. I guess he is not very prepared then, because I play a lot of cups with him and I would assume he can do much better on tech. Oh, he has good speed. Does Mapierre have enough speed? He has, but they are both... Oh, they overtake Yupikai. Oh no, Yupikai. Yeah, that's exactly how you might not qualify. He crashed it. And has a full rotation, like a full map he's behind, and that's dangerous, because the others only need to finish. And we speak here of a tech map, like, is this finish now very difficult? Because if you miss the fast fin, you still finish easily in the safe finish. So how does he want to catch up? Like, what kind of fail can the others do? He finished in the top to gain some time to the other players, but the thing is, that's not enough. Like, he has to rely on a mistake, like that someone fails here in this freewheel section, for example, and doesn't make the jump. Otherwise, he cannot catch up just by pace. It's impossible. Even with Mapierre only finishing in the slower finish in the back. Which Yupikai also did. I think it's a GG. I don't think that he has a chance to finish again. And after 2nd place on the first map, he goes out as 5th now. And that will make the whole thing very exciting now. Because Ines and Mapierre are both catching up to him. And that was the one mistake that he should have avoided. But that's like the tricky part of this format. And when you have then these easy maps, like on an easy map, one early respawn or anywhere respawn, also late on black, and you're out because everyone is close together. So you can't afford to do this mistake. It's like impossible to come back from it. That was probably the one track where he could die. With one mistake on this map, he would have probably made a comeback or had better chances to do so. Because here we will have some pipe sections and they become more and more difficult towards the later stages of this map. So, Mabier, can he beat Ines? That would be like the interesting part here. If he beats Ines, that would be maybe then ending up in a 3-way tie. The first parts are quite simple. You see Val in front and Mabier and Ines battling it out. So now we get quite important turn here for the exit speed, but everyone can easily make this or not. And we have the mistake by Ines. He was too far left. But we have difficult tracks here. It is not simple to finish the red section now, for example. Okay, you can jump very high, then it is kinda simple. And you should do that in this format. Dum is behind. Dum is in last place. He did not have the speed. That's how quick it can go. He will finish it now, but as last place. So he has to overtake. He has to finish black. And this black part here is definitely tricky. Val already did finish it. I can assume that Mabier might struggle with this. Dam, however, struggles with it as well. Let's have a look at Ines. Will he make it? He needs one more clean jump and that looks good enough. He will make it. Now the question is Mabier. Mabier is here behind Dam. The thing is, the pressure is on Dam because he definitely needs to finish. Without finish, he will not make it. This could be the important race here. And Dam has the advantage if he makes the end. Mabier will at least also make it. No, Dam didn't make it! How did he not have the speed? It looked good. But then he was too slow. And that's it. That's a GG. With Mabier finishing it. Otherwise we would have had a nice 1v1 in this last round. But somehow Dam failed to finish. Like, was he just too far right? Or that was surprising. But to be honest, Mabier is also here on a pretty good run. But is that finishing? Yeah, it is actually enough to finish. So, Dam would have had actually a tough task to keep Mabier behind. Alright, and that hurts his chances a bit because he was only second in the first Royale. He was not first. And now this fourth place basically puts him into the pressure situation, puts him behind towards the other players that he's battling with. So Dam is not completely safe through yet. Now the question is, who will take that third place? Imagine Val going out now as well. And then we have Mabier and Ines, who almost died first round, then in the final. All of that is definitely not good for Yubikai, because he did kinda rely on Dam making it through. Now he lost actually 2 points at least towards his main rivals for the third place. So for Yubikai, this is a very bad situation that Dam made a mistake here. So this is one of these maps that is also just super straightforward. One mistake here and you're out. And we have a lot of these tracks this year in the map pack, which make that quite difficult for the good players as well, because they can't afford taking risky lines or making a mistake. Like, they can't afford that. Like, one mistake and they can be out. The maps are just very easy. And on this map here it's very straightforward. Also the black part is very finishable, but there small mistakes could happen. Also this red finish can happen. And yeah, this is kinda the GG already. Now he needs to hope that someone of them fails black. Very good news for Ines, definitely. We do not have a red finish yet by Barbier. He is in the mud. Let's have a look at Wall. Guess that Barbier lost the focus now, because he kinda knows that he can't really come back from that. He was close to finishing red in his first attempt, hence I'm a bit surprised that he didn't do it so far. Writing GG already, but of course time wouldn't be there to finish now so often in a row. And you see Wall just finishing again and again. And if I think correctly, then we will have Overkill as the final map between Wall and Ines. That will be interesting. Do we see a 9? We do see a 9. Yeah, okay, you guys know better than me that like how tight it is to get a 9 here, but it was definitely in the last moment. Great stuff by Val, and it looks also, even if we would lose now, it looks great for him with a first and a second place. He is definitely points-wise far ahead of the other players. Has good chance in winning this. So now we go on to the final map between Ines and Val. Overkill. In every single section on this map is pretty difficult already. Starting here with white, and both players are doing that really nice. Then we go to green. The maps are very different. We had plastic wall rides there, now we have ice, and we see Ines with huge issues there, and he did respawn. I'm not sure, did he really need to respawn? Is there... Yeah, he didn't really need to. Like, he could have continued. This was wasted, in my opinion. Oh, yeah. Go make it into the finish, he does. But Wall is already in blue. Let's look at Wall, if he is doing some mistakes or not. Red is quite difficult here. A long wall ride, first ice, later dirt. Very tight in the ending, and you have to make it into this finish with swooping up here in the right moment. And he does that without any issues. The biggest problem there is the camera. Can't really see nicely where to go. So now we come to the black section. Definitely a tough one. You need a nice backslide, backwards speed slide. Was not perfect, but he should have enough speed to clear that quarter pipe jump. Yeah, barely. He made it though. And now another back slide coming up. And he makes this as well. And with that he is kinda safe, because we still have Ines struggling to finish the red part. He's now on his way to try another finish. Ah, that was very clean. Like, he didn't do this zigzag, up, down, and so on. He kinda had an angle and kept it consistent. So that was done nicely. But yeah, he needs to finish black twice now in order to beat Wall, and that's not possible anymore because he finished also another time, has no 6 finishes. But let's have a look at if Ines is able to finish black as well. Ah, was not quite the line for the quarter pipe jump. I think now he doesn't have the time. So will Wall finish a 7? Definitely could have enough time for that. Yeah. And he does it. 7 finishes for Wall. Very good job. And the deserved winner for the second round in a row. Can he win every single match? I mean, he had already also mistakes. Like, he didn't win every single map so far. But he's doing really good. And now we can look at the website. And the standings currently like after 2 Royale matches, the top 3 players would be Val, Ines, and Dam. We have Val on 14 points, and he is already 4 points clear of the second place, which is not really losable for him anymore. Especially as he can look how much is he ahead of 4th, and he is 6 points ahead of 4th. So in that moment, when Val beats Yubikai, let's not make it too complicated. But yeah, if he beats Yubikai, then he will definitely stay ahead of Yubikai. Same for staying ahead of Mabia if he beats Mabia now. Alright. If they get knocked out early, Mabia and Yubikai, then Val could be kinda safe early on. We go into the third Royale match. So basically, Ines and Dam are 2 points ahead of Yubikai and Mabia. They still have to catch up a bit. But Mabia definitely great for him that he got a 3rd place. So he is still there together with Yubikai. Yubikai, of course, looking a bit stronger, but the pressure is there for him now because he needs to catch up 2 points. It was a bit unfortunate for him. And for Ines, this was like the perfect Royale match. Like, he couldn't ask for more. That was optimal. He gets that 2nd place behind Val, and then he has like Mabia behind him, who also takes away, and also Dam behind him, who took away points from Yubikai, because I still think that Yubikai is the biggest threat for Ines. And that's kind of perfect for him how that went. Yubikai, however, unfortunate, was 3rd in the first one, and had no shot in getting top 2 there. Did everything he could, and then one single mistake did cost him so many points on Ines. And that's like the dangerous part. But for that we have 4 Royale matches, and he has now all the options to come back from that. He of course needs to do better than Ines now, because if he gets knocked out here earlier than Dam and Ines, then it becomes very, very tough for him. So we start with this map again. I think that was also the first map last time, and I see Spino is not playing. Also he was starting, but then... Ah! Hi! Hi Spino! You can continue. Yeah, good for the other players. Oh, Mabia with a mistake, but finishes in the safe one. And yeah, everyone made that. Only Spino behind, obviously, but he's not that far behind actually. Like, it's fine. Because there are then tracks where people will have to respawn. You see now Mabia on blue. You see Teufy crashing on blue. Like, Teufy had a great start in the other match and then had issues with red. So him going out is very likely, especially as he got overtaken by Spino now. Like, Spino did a good job since he's driving, but just the fact that he was not driving for so long could kill him in the end. Wow, he somehow has enough speed for this. Even with what he did, he has enough speed. And does he finish? He does finish. He remains in 6th, he remains in the red positions, but he is only 5 seconds behind Mabia. And for Mabia, like, if he gets knocked out here, then it would be over for him. Oh, Spino makes it. Oh, unfortunate. He definitely had a chance. Because we still have Mabia and Ines. Ines was also struggling here last time. It was so perfect for him that this was the first map. That was so optimal for him, this being the first map. Yeah, and he's still not... Oh! Okay. Also, why is he going that risk? Ah, but Spino can't finish. If Spino finishes, then Ines is out, and his very good position would be ripped. But why does he go for that? Like, that was so dangerous. Spino definitely had the chance to finish this map. Also, Ines quite lucky so far. And UPK, who again won this map, while only in third. Like, for UPK, this is so unfortunate. It seems to be a very good map for him, but he plays it twice in a row in the one round where basically it doesn't matter. Where it doesn't help him, yeah. And then his weaker maps, they come then when it's important. And that is like a bit of luck that you need here as well. We will now go to a tech map, and wasn't that also the second map in the previous match? Like, it completely repeats? Like, UPK went out here last time. He really should try to not do the same mistake again. Mabier is again behind after Void, like we had it also last time, and makes a crash here even. Does he have the speed for this finish? Ooh, does make it. So now it got interesting. UPK crashed the blue ending, I think. I think it was the blue ending. No, it was the red ending actually, not the blue one. So this will be now a pressure situation for UPK. Knowing what happened here not long ago. He goes very safe, he goes very slow. Goes for a safe drift to definitely make this. Alright. Clever. Mabier also making it, but he just like doesn't have the pace on a just skilled tech map. He's just losing so much in the normal driving. So he needs to rely on other people crashing here. The black section one time. Ooh, that was close for them. They are just going into the safe fin. Oh, that was close for Mabier, barely overjumped, but yeah, the gap is too huge. I can only see people crashing in this third part. UPK going ultra safe now. He feels the pressure. He knows that if he goes out in this moment on this map, then the whole cup is kinda in the mud for him. He knows that, and he sees the gap towards Mabier, who actually had a mistake and is now one section behind, and at this point UPK is safe. But yeah, you really see how much pressure he felt and how over safe he went. Like, he pulled a Marius there. Like and now he can feel a bit safer. Mabier didn't make it into the finish. He can just go for another safe fin. And actually we have two mistakes. Two no finishers, one of them being Wall. But, I mean, he was this one rotation ahead of Mabier. So for Mabier, that means that he will definitely position behind Wall in the end. That is safe already. And yeah, Ines had now also one mistake, but came through with it. So Ines really living on the edge. But he comes into the top 4 round, and that already means that UPK will not have it easy to gain a lot of points to him. Because he's already in that top 4. He cannot really lose a lot. Also UPK would need to win for that. So we go now to this map very early. And we see Wall with a very beautiful white section. And one player with issues there. That being Ines, who made it part last time around. But now he finishes it 17 seconds later. And he was struggling with the queen part here. Was now saved by not turning before the jump, so he definitely makes the jump. But it's not very fast because he goes for the ice slide later. Yeah, and then he's this far behind. You see people finishing blue already. I can show you how blue looks like, because I was not on UPK and Wall earlier. And UPK having some Ines having some problems here. Meant Ines. Oh, okay, that looks not that great. I think he kinda knows, already feels like that it's not going now. Well, yeah, that's a map where I also see UPK doing probably better. So Real player. Eine is struggling already with the very first jump. That's not like the main difficulty on this map. Yeah, he is not taking enough speed for that jump. The others are all on the black part. And we see Panda team already with a finish. Val this time a bit later. So Ines did make it. Oh, nice bug slide. And now the ending. And he does it. Catching up. There's 30 seconds to go. Yupikai did not finish black. But he is safe with the lead that he has. Alright, so that will make the whole thing a bit tighter again, and we will have a very exciting last Royale match between Yupikai and Ines, that's for sure. The other players are then just waiting until the time runs out, and Ines is out. So he definitely loses now points towards the other players. That means that Dam will overtake Ines. Yupikai at least gained one of the 2 points that he's behind, and he has now the chance to gain maybe another point if he knocks out Val or Dam in this next round. Like, how unlucky is Yupikai? He was once in the top 3, and this was the map that he had to play against Val and Dam, and he had no chance. And now comes exactly the same map in the same moment. Like how big is the chance that the randomizer puts us the same first map, the same second map, and then from the first match the same map that was 4th there? And for Yupikai it is so similar. Like he probably will not be able to get that spot now that he needs. That's a top 2 spot. So he will only gain, like if he goes out here as 3rd, he only gains 1 single point on Ines and will still be 1 point behind. And then he needs to beat Ines by a position, but not just by 1 position. Because if he would then again get 3rd and Ines 4th, then they have the same amount of points, but Ines had the 2nd place. And that 2nd place can come in very handy for Ines. So they would go into a tie if in the next match Yupikai would get 2nd and Ines 3rd. That would give them a tie, as far as I know. Alright. But that's like how this can go. Like one single mistake that Yupikai did, one single mistake in the whole 4 Royale matches can make him knock out. If the next Royale match also ends up like that, Val, Dam and Yupikai then 3rd, then he is clearly the better player than Ines over 4 Royale matches, but he will still stay behind because of one single mistake that hurt him so much. Like, that is the most unlucky way to go out, and that is possible because we only have 7 players. If there were more players... Ah, he failed to jump. Yeah, this is kind of unfortunate, but only possible because we have only 7 players and then big skill gaps between the players that drop out early, and that kind of makes then one bad round so deciding. Yeah, I will show you again, but I'm pretty sure that what I said was correct. They tie if in the next match Ines gets third and Yupikai second. And if they would be first and second and Yupikai ahead, then it would be going to Yupikai. If they are third and fourth, what is the most likely thing? Yupikai third, Ines fourth, then actually Ines goes through because he got the second place in one Royale match. Other than that, Yupikai would need to win 2 points on Ines to overtake him in points, so that they are not tied. But of course, it is very possible for Ines to get a top 4 at least, and then it's hard for Yukipai to avoid getting knocked out here in the top 3, because he often has to strive against Dam and Valde. But maybe they will do a mistake and then he gets through. But he cannot rely on that, of course. Oh, Dam making the mistake and also in red. And this gives Wall probably the third victory here. Will he be able to get another time? I think it was 8 finishes. The start definitely looked good. He finished in 1 minute 17.67. The author time is 1 minute 24. But that's a very old track. A rough tour. Of course, this can still be lost if he makes a mistake, because you see that Dam is ahead of him. So if Wall makes a finish mistake, then he would be like 2 seconds behind Dam. And you cannot gain 2 seconds on this map. So one mistake would still give Dam the victory here. Oh! Oh, it makes it. It was 9 then, not 8. Okay, saved it. And he gets the 9. Again, 2 minutes 34. Yeah, GG to Wall. Winning 3 out of 3. And it is already updated on the website. So Wall on 21 points. And he basically only needs to get 3 points. So he only needs to survive the very first map. In the next and last Royale match. And then he will be the first place overall for sure. Dam with an important second place. Of course, people would expect him to be in the French lineup as well, but after he was getting only 4th in the previous, in the second Royale match, he was a bit in danger, but with that second place now, he is looking good now as well, because he has a 2 points lead to Ines and a 3 point lead to Yupikai. So the battle for third, then mainly between Ines and Yupikai, and as I said, we have Ines 1 point ahead of Yupikai, so Yupikai needs to beat him by at least 2 positions to be safely in front. If he beats Ines by just 1 position, then Yupikai has only a chance to get through if he is second or first. If he's second and Ines third, in that case they would do a tie, because then both players have 1 second place as their best result. But if it ends up with a third and a 4th place, which is of course very doable, then Yupikai would have had 3 times the 3rd place, but never that 1 second place, and that's why Ines would go through. And of course, don't count out Mabier. The chances are not as huge for Mabier, but it is not impossible. Mabier is missing 3 points on Ines. So in theory, if Ines makes an early knockout, then Mabier would have a chance to catch that up, but only then. Currently we have Mabia in last place though. Like on the very easy just driving maps, Mabia is so often in the back. It's very interesting. So here on this part we saw multiple crashes in the first Royale match. Oh, and Mabia is doing such a mistake. And we have Kai not finishing as well. Also it was I think Ines who had here issues. Like this map, wasn't it also played as first map? Like why is that repeating so much? Like this map was also the first map in the first Royale match. Also played as first. This is super weird. Like why does it does it repeat like that? Like is it really randomized? How big is the chance for that to happen? Ah yeah, Kai goes into the 5th place, important for him. Teufel had issues here with the red section. Will finish it now. Leaving Mabia still in the mud here. Also Mabia might get knocked out and then it's kinda over already. So Kai, important finish. Because if he gets knocked out then I think Ines will have it. Especially if Mabia and Kai would get knocked out. But no, Kai makes it, he actually jumps to 3rd place here. And the battle is now between Spino and Teufel. And the question is, can Mabia come back from that? But I guess no, because Spino is making the finish. And we will, for the first time, see Spino making it into the top 5. I think he was always getting knocked out, if I'm correct. And now he will survive. And he definitely has some pace at some maps, so yeah, maybe Spino has a chance to get through another round. Depends on the map, I guess. So Teufel sadly never survived the first map, and Mabia in last place. So the small outsider chances are now gone. And with that score, we can already say that Teufel will be in last place. Mabia most likely... Oh yeah, it's already now updating round. Mabia most likely will become 5th, unless Spino wins now. If Spino wins, then yeah. It was also the first time that Teufel didn't get last, by the way, because Mabia was now last. Oh, we have an interesting map coming up now. There are some chances for some players. Spino sadly crashed after someone else also had a mistake, that being Ines. And yeah, Ines getting knocked out now. That would make the day for Kai. But Ines only has to beat Spino, which you would think after Spino was always getting 6th. It should be doable for him. If he does it, but he might struggle with it. Ah, but Spino didn't use the chance. Like, Spino has the chance to knock him out. Ah, the overtake. So we have a battle right here. Also Ines is now, of course, in the pressure. He needs to survive this. Because the chance is too big that Kai beats Spino, and then it's RIP. Okay, Spino going for the risky inside line and does not make the jump. However, Ines went safe and made the jump. And now he only has to finish the red part. If he manages to finish red, he is kinda far in front. That looks good. That looks also good. Almost released too much, but he does it. And with that, he is ahead. But Spino is there. Can't really afford big mistakes. Still a lot of time though to make finishes. The others already finished black. That's how far Ines is behind. A bit shaky, but he makes the 5th finish. And Spino is still in the start. And here you see now really the problem for Kai. He is clearly the better player over all the maps. Clearly. But it seems that Ines will get... Yeah, he finishes again. He will get that 4th place. And like, he will get into the top 4, and that makes it so difficult for Yukipai now. But Yukipai definitely has a chance to beat Dam and Wall on some maps. But it is like his last chance. He will feel a lot of pressure because it has to work out for him there. And the fact that like Ines survives with this kind of performance where he had now multiple fails on this track and also on other tracks, but he always gets through. It is mean. Yukipai could beat Ines in 3 out of 4 Royale matches, but then always just by one single position. But lost in one single Royale match 3 positions because of one single mistake, not multiple, just one single mistake, and he was out. And that single mistake can hurt so much. And I think that we also might have had similar situations in the other competitions. But yeah, flipping gravity. So first of all, it is important that Ines gets knocked out, kind of. Even though it is not mega important, like Yukipai has to just survive. It is fine if also Ines survives, it's actually not really a big issue. Actually, that doesn't matter. The only question is, will Yukipai survive? So far, everyone finished. Because Ines getting knocked out now is then not safe for Yukipai. The only thing that's... like, it would be even better if Ines gets through and one of Val and Dam are knocked out. That would be actually better for Yukipai if that happens. Because then he only needs to beat Ines in the direct 1v1. So he has a lead now. Because the red finish only happened now. Ooh, okay, was very low. But he finished black. And now the question is, will Ines also finish black? He is pretty far behind the other players now. So this looks very doable for Yukipai to get through. Especially now. He only has to finish one more time, then he has a very good lead. Oh, he doesn't though. He doesn't. But Ines is also struggling with this track. I mean, there's also one other guy, only on 5 finishes. And that being Dam, but he finishes now. And that's important for Yukipai. Will he make it? Okay, he makes it. He got the hover boost. And with that, Ines is then most likely out because he would need to finish twice in the remaining time. And that's not possible. So Ines with the 4th place. But if Yukipai gets knocked out on the next map as 3rd, then this is a certified mega unlucky moment. A mega undeserved moment. But I had such moments myself in several cups. Like, I know exactly how he feels about that. I know exactly how he feels. Sometimes you have this unluck. And it could happen. Val is surely trying to get the 4 wins in a row. I do not see him... the rules clearly say that you are not allowed to DNF or to make a mistake on purpose so that your mate survives. The rules clearly say that's not allowed. Of course, always difficult to say if they... when it was on purpose and when not. Like, mistakes can happen to them and Val, of course. But I guess that for the cup itself, if they want to have a chance with a French team to win the trophy, then Yukipai would of course be probably the player that would bring them more than Ines. So they probably also have a kind of an interest that Yukipai will make it. But they are not allowed to just let him through. But they would like to probably. But that would be unfair to Ines, of course. That would be not fair. Naja, on this map I see chances for Yukipai. He definitely can make that. I think he failed on this map in the other round. in this blue jump. I think it was Yupikai who failed there. I'm not sure though. But yeah, the black section here matters a lot, and Dam had a fail on red, I remember. Oh my god, Yupikai has a fail. Oh no. I'm surprised that he didn't have the speed for that jump. But he did a weird release after the quarter pipe. Yeah, and now he of course knows, oh shit. I'm really in the... Now he's really in the mud, kind of. He's not fully in the mud. Dam is just starting black, while Wall is finishing, so Dam lost already a lot of time. Of course, it is important that Yupikai finishes this red section now, but as long as Dam doesn't have a black finish, everything is still possible. But Dam will approach the finish section now. He only needs this one more jump. We saw him making mistake here earlier, but he does it now. Oh, okay, we have Yupikai now being in black. He needs to finish it 2 times, and he does fail the start. It was basically his only chance. Finally another map that he can play against Wall, and that he can play against Dam. Finally he was able to play a different map. But he only had this one opportunity, and yeah, as I said, he beat Ines on 3 matches, but on the one match where he got knocked out before, then others made mistake and made Ines getting second, and that killed him. That's super unfortunate, but we, if I'm not mistaken now, it will be Ines qualifying. And now this map here will decide if Wall will actually win all the 4 matches. On this map, however, I can see him not winning. Like, we will see. It's ice, it's difficult, it's like a certain style that you have to be good at. And he definitely failed in the first time that we've seen this map. He had mistakes there, he had bad rounds. So, it's possible for them. But we start with very clean white and green sections by both players. Now going into blue. Oh, nice exit speed for Dam. And they are basically equal, 7 thousandths apart. So now comes red, and red is the first very difficult one, because you have to do this 360 and you need to get a clean. Oh wow, has a lot of speed, but can he control his car? Can he get around? He can get around, and Dam has also enough speed. That was a very fast section by Wall. And they are both on black. Very clean race so far. And that's definitely a difficult track, so good job by both players. Now, however, black. Oh, that looked very shaky, so close, dropping off behind, but the finish jump. The finish jump is not easy to get. But it looks like Wall is making it and extending his lead, because he got it faster than them. But them had it very controlled. Like for Wall it looks very fast, but maybe not as controlled. Dam had very easy enough speed. The way he did it, he didn't do much. Like he just jumped here, landed... Okay, now he lands somewhere else, but he still gets very good speed. However, Wall had a lot of speed as well. They are doing very good, both of them. Like, this is a difficult map, they are both finishing without any mistakes, but Wall has the stronger pace over this track. And so far, he survived it. And if he survives also now, maybe he has won then already. I'm not sure if they can make another finish. Oh, Wall is slower, but he makes the finish. We have only 1 second between the 2 players, but I know already that 7 is the maximum. That's the thing, like, I don't know that stuff. Like, I don't know how many you can get. But they practiced, of course, the full scenario from white to black and know what is possible. Yeah. And that makes it while winning all the 4 Real matches and definitely here against a very strong Dem. They will try for the French lineup together with Ines. So we should also see some green. Yeah, we see it now in green. Toifi got 7th, Spino 6th, Mabier 5th, and Yupikai got 4th, tied with Ines, who had at 1 second place and 3 4th places.